Hey family, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different and we're gonna have a nice laid back, chill, get ready with me in natural lighting. I've seen this come about a lot on YouTube and I thought it was a great idea to do kind of a simple everyday makeup look in natural lighting, because in reality, who has a ring light laying around, you know? Sometimes all we have is either the bathroom light or the window. So I thought that would be a good idea. I'm gonna go through some products that I use on a daily basis when I have to do a quick virtual meeting or a quick look for a meeting. And yeah, I wanna go through that with you and give you some tips and tricks. So go ahead and grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. Okay, we are up close and personal. I kind of set the mood a little bit. You have the candle going, a little, different background moment. Let me know if you like this type of video and I can kind of continue doing things like this. It's been a stressful week a little bit, so just wanted to go ahead and get a chill moment here. Kind of sit down and play in some makeup. So yeah, happy March. Spring is around the corner. It's actually 58 degrees in Chicago, so that's like summer to us. Usually we're below zero, but 58 degrees is awesome. So go ahead, grab your makeup. We're not gonna do anything too extensive today. We're gonna do something very simple, and we are going to get started with primer. So I've already moisturized my face, so that way my products will lay correctly. Because of the winter, my face has a little bit of dry spots in there, so it's good to always moisturize so that way you have a clean canvas and a smooth canvas. And since we are doing this in natural lighting, I can already tell that the sun is kind of giving me a shadow, but it's reality, right? So we're gonna start with primer, and today I'm using the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This is the matte one. They have a luminous one and the original one. I like the matte one because my skin is oily, so I like to go ahead and just kind of mattify it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over the face. My hands are clean, so make sure your hands are clean. We don't want any breakouts or anything like that. Next, we're gonna move on and we are gonna go with our foundation or our BB or CC cream. I have been loving the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream that Maya and I reviewed a few videos ago. I'll link it up above so that way you can see it. But today I am using this one and it is in light 280N. And I'm gonna go ahead and use just a regular kabuki brush. I like applying this with a brush because it gives me just a little bit heavier coverage, because I do have some freckles, I have some little acne spots and things like that, so I do want to cover that up the most that I can. And what you want to do is you want to tap it all around, like stipple it all around. You don't want to swipe because you don't want any streaks. Okay, and our base is on now. See, everything is nice and smooth. I love this CC cream because it looks like skin, so it just evens everything out, which is great on an everyday call, so that way you don't look like porcelain or anything like that. So next up, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we are going to conceal these mommy circles. So as you can see, I have dark circles and my eyelids are a little bit darker as well. So since we're not going with anything heavy, we do want to go ahead and conceal the darkness so that way everything looks clean and even, and it also gives you a good base for when you apply the subtle eyeshadow. So I am gonna go ahead, I have been using the Covergirl Trueblend Undercover Concealer in the shade Classic Beige, and I was searching for this for a very long time, but I was also iffy because I've had I've heard some mixed reviews about it, but I absolutely love this. It has a little hint of pink in it, so that's definitely going to counteract against the darkness underneath my eyes. So the way that I like to apply this is I like to go a little bit under my circles, so just right here, and then over here I lift up because you want to lift your eye. I also have kind of like a stubborn vein that pops out when I am tired or stressed or anything like that, and it can look like someone hit me in the eye. And yeah, it's interesting when it comes out and everybody's like, what happened to your eye? No one hit me, I'm just tired. But yes, that conceals that vein there. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put this kind of in the T-zone right there so I can highlight my face, and whatever is left over, I'll go ahead and put it over my eyelid. And what I am going to use is I am going to use a smaller kabuki brush like this, so that way I'll kind of keep the coverage that's on there. So same method, we're gonna go ahead and just pat. So patting motions. And we're just concealing those circles. And bringing the excess on our eyelid. See the difference already? You still see the darkness here. Here it's a little bit more concealed. So that's what we're going for. And then for the rest of the face, I'll go ahead and use a bigger kabuki brush. And these are from Sigma. I've had these for years. And as long as you clean them, they'll last you a very long time. Okay. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit more because I do still have some darkness right here in the middle where my tear duct is. We want to go ahead and kind of blend that out. And there you go, you look just a little bit more awake, don't you? All right, this is a new step that I've been using, and it's actually the first time that I came across cream products, and that was in my BoxyCharm. With Maya, I ended up getting the Wander Beauty Double Date Lip and Cheek Cream Blush and Lip Balm. So I've loved the way this has been showing up on my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply this to the high points of my cheeks just to give me a little bit more of a glow. And I do this before I use powder because you wanna use all your cream products before you use powder to avoid any splotchiness and to avoid any cakiness. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am just going to use a little dense brush. Dip this in. A little goes a long way, so even this might be a little too much. But we wanna go ahead and just apply this here just to give us a little rosiness. Bring some color back into our face. See? No color? Just a little bit of color. Okay, next we set everything. So I go ahead, and the next product that I'm going to use is my Hailey's Beauty setting powder, and it's the ReTouch Perfecting Powder Loose Setting Powder. And I get this product from Target, or you can order it on Hailey's Beauty. It's literally a filter in a bottle, literally, or in a little jar. It's very fine milled. It won't give you a cast or anything for pictures, so it's a wonderful product. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my concealer, and I am going to get a generous amount. Tap the excess off so there's no extra residue. And then what you want to do is start from your under eye, outer corner to inner corner, and look up a little bit. This way you can smooth out any lines. Can you see a little bit of the difference? This one has a nice smooth look to it. This one still has a little dewy look to it. So what we're doing is we're setting everything so it just doesn't move around throughout the day. You also want to go ahead and you want to set your eyelids as well, because remember we put some concealer on our eyelids, so we want to go ahead and conceal those. What I also like to do is just the remaining of what's on the cap. I like to dip a larger brush in there and just go ahead and wherever else I missed, I apply it. Just made a big mess. All right, at this point, the next thing that I want to do, since we used powder, I did my eyebrows off camera before I started filming, but if you want a tutorial on how to do the eyebrows, I could definitely throw that in the next time. It just takes a little too long, and for me, I just fill in the sparse hairs. But since we used powder, and sometimes the powder can kind of get on our eyebrows, I like using the e.l.f. Wow Brow in their darkest shade, and this is going to give us like a little tint to our eyebrows and also lay them down. So it has a nice little thin applicator, and all you want to do is just brush through it. Just gonna make everything look a little darker and comb through those hairs. Next, after that, I like to go in with bronzer. So I absolutely love the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. But ever since I got the Ace Beaute bronzer palette in my BoxyCharm, I have been loving this. So it's great to contour, great to bronze, great to use it in your and on your eyes, like we're gonna use them today, because that's what I like to do on a natural look. Or natural look. Just add a little bit of bronzer to your lid and call it a day, literally. So I like to go in with a little fluffy brush like this, and then we're gonna go in with, I like using lighter colors and then going into the darker colors until I get the perfect eye look. And now I'm gonna sneeze, excuse me. All right. So you just want to do a little dusting, just a little bit, just to add some color onto that eyelid. I know we put out the darkness, the dark circles, we covered those up, but we want to add just a little bit of dimension. take just a little bit of dimension, not too much. And I'm still using the lightest color. Alright, I think that's good for now. Then what I like to do is that I like to go in with a smaller dense brush. So something like this. See how small and dense? Yes, it's dirty. I use this often. So with that same color, I kind of like to go ahead and contour my nose. This step is not necessary. It's not necessary at all. But I like doing this because it just makes everything look more complete for some reason. So we just like to add a little color to the center of our face. And then with the same palette, I'm gonna go in with the second shade right here with these two shades and bronze up the face. So with these two shades, what you want to do is wherever you place it, that's how the dimension is gonna come out in your face. So what you want to do is you wanna find where the hollows of your cheeks are. So right here is the hollow of my cheek. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna place it right above it. And that just adds a little bit of bronziness to it. I'm all about the bronzer. All about the bronzer. Sometimes I can go a little heavy-handed with the bronzer. But I'm from Chicago. I need to look like I have a little bit of sun, right? We're gonna go ahead and get the high points of our face as well. Keeping this area light and then going down to bringing it down. You want everything to match. There we go. Next step, even though we did use cream, a blush, you always want to set it with a powdered brush. That way it doesn't move and it stands out a little bit more. Plus we used a lot of powder so far, so it kind of can get a little bit washed out. So I am going to use my Beige Cosmetics Glowing in Grease, my favorite go-to palette for blush and for highlight. So it looks like this. Aria got into it. Happens when you have kids, and she went ham. But luckily she didn't mess it up too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to use Mykonos, which is this one right here. And I am going to use a stippling brush, tap off the excess, and just lightly dust it over wherever you put that cream blush. You could put a little bit on your nose too. I like doing this too because usually we blush, our nose blushes too. There we go. Then for highlighters, for highlight right here, we have three. We have one that I always use, like a nice subtle one, a pink one and a gold one. So I kind of like to dip into the little pink one and also put it on the cheek to give you that little glow. Because remember, this is supposed to be an everyday look. So we want to glow. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we also want to go in and grab a little pencil brush, something like this, and then go into your highlight and go in the inner corner right here. That's just gonna make your eyes pop a little bit more. Then to finish the eyes, we're gonna go in with mascara, and I'm using the Maybelline Sky High mascara that Maya and I reviewed. Still love it, still use it. And we're just gonna go ahead and just comb through the lashes. Can you see the difference now? Can you see the difference now? And then don't forget your lower lashes. And this is so far what everything looks like. So we have our base done, it looks nice and smooth. Eyes are very simple with the mascara that makes our lashes just va va voom. You could put on falsies if you want to, that's perfectly fine, and just bump this look up just a little bit more. But you can definitely leave it like this and then just finish off your lips and you'll be just fine. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Next we're gonna go ahead and we are going to finish off the lips. And I am gonna use the two products from the Retro Paradise collection. This came with like 4 or 5 lip pencils and then 1 gloss, and they have been on rotation in my everyday makeup pile because they're just that good. Because of everything that's going on and you're wearing a mask now, sometimes you want to stay away from lip gloss because it can be a little sticky. This is not sticky at all to me, so it's perfect to just throw it on before you head out of the house, and then it'll set down a little bit, and then you can put on your mask and you will be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead, and these don't have, the lip liners don't have any names on them, but this, I wanna say this is the second darkest shade in the collection. Okay, so you want to line the lips. I went ahead and lined my lips and filled them in, and then we're gonna go in with the gloss now. Then to complete everything, you want to go ahead and use your setting spray. So I'm using the Milani Make It Last setting spray, the clear one. I did not like the matte one. It came out funny. I don't know if I had a bad one or something like that, but I absolutely love this one, the clear one. And this is just going to melt everything together. So and this is it. This is my everyday virtual meeting makeup look in natural lighting. I usually can get this done in 10 minutes. It took me a little bit longer today because I wanted to go step by step with you, but I hope I was able to explain everything to you all and where it made sense and you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Comment down below. I'm always liking and commenting back because I want to hear from you. And yeah, let me know if you get all dressed up from the waist up when you're doing your virtual meetings, or if you just, you know, come as you are, which is perfectly fine, and most of the time that's how I am as well. But yes, this is my everyday makeup look. I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, you are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. And until next time, family, bye!